This is my 7-a-side team. We're not on the 5-a-side pitch. We're on the 7-a-side pitch because it's impossible to pick a 5-a-side team with these players. So I'm playing Monkey Rush. You know, you don't need a goalkeeper with all these great players. So I've got Vincent Kompany as my goalie stroke centre half. You know, so he can use his hands in the D, but outside the D, you don't need him, right? So Vincent Kompany has to be in there. Incredible player. Unbelievable career. Doesn't probably get the credit he deserves when you talk about Premier League all-time greats. And then, I mean, I've got Rooney playing holding midfield, sitting midfielder. Rooney's got to be in there. Again, underrated. Incredible what he's done in the game. No one really gives him the respect that he deserves. England all-time goal scorer, Manchester United all-time goal scorer, won everything. What a player. So he's in there holding mid alongside Paul Scholes, my favourite player. Him, played against him, couldn't get near him, had absolutely everything. Could zing a ball 70 yards to someone's toe on the half turn, and then he could run past you, smash you, 2-foot you, and then he'd go and get on the end of the cross and score 20 goals a season. That is how good Paul Scholes was. So he has to be in there. After that, I've got David Silva. I think he goes in there just because of the wand of the left foot he's had. He can get around the park. He can make things happen. Absolute magic man. An incredible player to even watch week in, week out. And he was kind of the guy who took Man City to that era of sort of domination. He was a big part of that. So David Silva has to be in there. And then we go Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, he's still unbelievable now. I feel like he's been at Man City forever. I feel like he's just, ever since he's gone there, Man City have just dominated everything. He picks up injuries quite a lot. But when he plays, it doesn't look like he's ever had an injury in his life. It just looks like he's 100% fit every time he walks on the pitch. So Kevin De Bruyne is in there. And then my front two, standard, isn't it? It's got to be Ronaldo from that 08 side. Played against him. Every single time I walked out and played against Ronaldo, I thought I played well and he'd scored 2 or 3 goals. You know, he's just an absolute joke. And he has to be probably the greatest striker I've ever seen play, and the greatest guy who just steps up in moments where you think, we're in this game, we've got a chance. Ronaldo pops up, scores. Ronaldo does something out of the ordinary. Done it every single week. And in that 08 season, he did that. And he has to be in there just because of who he is. And Aguero. Aguero's got to be there as well. Terrible. He's obviously retired from the game now. I think he still had a few more seasons in him, but he, that Premier League, wow. I mean, he had the biggest legs I've ever seen in my life. I remember standing there when you're walking along and you're shaking everyone's hand and you walk, and he wasn't tall, he was only small. His legs were the size of tree trunks. He was so powerful, and he never even had to even strike the ball hard. He just used to tap it and the ball would just fly into the net. Yeah, I've been on the receiving end of a few stinkers with against Man City with him. So yeah, that's my 7-a-side team. Doesn't get beat, don't need a keeper, but what players they were. Unbelievable.